Hello, my students. I'm Madam Joyce from Educare TZ. I'm teaching biology, and today I'll be with you to discuss our topic, which is found in class level Form 5. And here we are going to discuss the cytology. And our main focus, we are going to deal with our subtopic, that is biochemistry. Here now we are discussing on the organic constituents which are found within the cell. And we have already finished looking on the first organic constituent, that is carbohydrate. And now we are discussing on the second organic constituent which is found within the cell, and that is a lipid. And in the previous session, we tried to see just a little bit introduction on the lipids. How is it formed and so on. So my student, in this session is just a continuation on the previous session. So you are warmly welcome. And here now let's look on another thing, that is the type C of the lipids. So in the year 1843, Blue proposed the classification of lipids based on their chemical composition as a simple lipids, compound lipids, and derived lipids. So his classification is all the types of the lipids, they are classified by this scientist or this biologist. His name is Blue. So huyu mwana sayansi ndiye ambaye sasa classify hizi types za lipids. Now the first kind of lipid based on their chemical composition, kwa maana kwamba ndani ya hiyo lipid maybe within that lipid kunakuwa na the same constituent, types of bond and so on. So akaipa jina la kwanza ni simple lipids, and the second one it is the compound lipid, and the last one it is the derived lipids. So that is based to that scientist. And now let's see one after another. Let's start now looking on the simple lipids, or you can call it as a homolipid. And when you see everywhere in biology the word homo mean the same. So now we are going to discuss this is simple lipid in general. We can simply say that in simple lipid, these are the ester of fat acid and various alcohol. Remember, while we are starting looking on the formation of this lipid, we have seen that lipids, in order for the formation of lipids, there must be a fat acid together with the alcohol. Ndipo ambapo sasa tukatengeneze ile ambayo tunaita lipids. So the same in this is simple lipids. So such lipids include fats, oils, that is whose alcohol is the glycerol, and waxes which contains alcohol higher than the glycerol. Sasa mfano sasa wa hizi the simple lipid, mfano wake hapa tuna include fats together with the oils. So now you can see whose alcohol is the glycerol. So in the formation of the of the simple lipid, we need the presence of the fatty acid together with the alcohol. So with the reaction that is the glycerol. So we need the presence of the fatty acid together with the glycerol. So glycerol, it will act as the alcohol. And now you can say that fats differ from oils in that they contain fatty acid which is saturated hydrocarbon chain. So kuna utofauti mkubwa sana kati ya fati na oil. Na mfano wake na utofauti wake unakuja is because of the saturated hydrocarbon. So when we are talking about this difference between fat and the alcohol, we're going to focus looking on the saturation in the hydrocarbon chain. Kwa maana kwamba ile simple lipid ikiungana baada ya kutengenezwa sasa ile lipid, tunasema kwamba itatengenezwa a chain, and that chain tutaenda kuita hydrocarbon chain. So ukija kuangalia kwamba in oil fatty acid contain unsaturated hydrocarbon chain. So huku ukija kuangalia kwenye oil inakuwa ni unsaturated hydrocarbon chain, lakini ukija kuangalia kwenye fat tunasema kwamba ina contain a saturated fat or saturated hydrocarbon chain. But also at room temperature the oil is a liquid while the fat is a solid. So tukisema at room temperature tunamaanisha kwamba at 25 degrees Celsius, that is the room temperature, ndipo ambapo utaenda kuiona kwamba oil inakuwa in liquid, lakini tofauti mwingine fat unaweza ukaona ipo kwenye solid form. And another thing that is fatty acid have the general formula of this one, that is CH3, CH2, and here you have COOH, where N is the whole number. So ukiandika ile general formula or the empirical formula of the lipid, this is how you can write, that is CH3, CH2, and here N, you can see we have the presence of N. N is the whole number, so ina vary, ina depend na hiyo aina ya hiyo carbohydrate, ya hiyo lipids ambayo unaongelea hapo. So hapa inaweza ikawa 2, inaweza ikawa 3, ikawa 4, whatever, since it is the whole number. And now we can see another thing, that is the stearic acid is a common fatty acid in animal adipose tissue. So naturally this fat, it is found in the adipose tissue of a living organism. And example of it, you can see we have this stearic acid. It is the fat. So now tuna classify as a simple lipid. But also the fats and the oil are triglyceride and formed by combination of trihydroxyl alcohol, that is the glycerol, and 3 fatty acid molecule. So in order for the formation now of the lipid, or in order for the formation of the fat which is found within the any living organism, we need the presence of trihydroxyl alcohol. Here trihydroxyl alcohol tunaita glycerol together with the 3 fatty acid molecule, ndipo ambapo twende tukatengeneze sasa a molecule of a lipid. And also we can say that in this process 3 molecules of water are lost at the ester bond as the ester bond is formed. We're going to see this in the figure 1.29. Kwa maana kwamba, remember while we are starting looking on the formation of lipid, we have said that in order for the formation of lipid, there must be a condensation reaction. And the condensation reaction involves the loss of water. The loss of water, it comes due to the formation of this bond, that is the ester bond. So baada tu ya kutengeneza ile ester bond, baada ya connection between that glycerol and the 3 fatty acid, ndipo ambapo sasa ita involves ile condensation reaction. Kwa maana kwamba a molecule of water, 3 molecules of water will be lost from that reaction. So now let's see how is it formed. So now you can see this is the formation of triglyceride. So we have this one, the first one, that is the glycerol. This is structure, it is the glycerol. But also we have this structure, which is the 3 fatty acid. So now you can see 1, 2, 3 fatty acid. So now in this structure will contribute OH, that is the hydroxyl ions, and here hydrogen ions will tend to combine and thereby it tend to lose water. So now you can see at the end of here you can have 3 molecules of water. So where that 3 molecules of water come from? The first the first molecule of water, it comes from the first fatty acid together with the first glycerol. Na ya pili itakuja hivyo hivyo the same, na ya tatu ndio hivyo hivyo the same. So baada sasa kufomika au baada ya formation ya ester bond, so now you can see we have this is the ester bond. So baada ya formation ya ile ester bond, it tend to involve the loss of water. And those loss of water, they come, it's just because there's a formation of the ester bond. Thereby, it tends to lose 3 molecules of water. And that's how triglyceride it is formed. And triglyceride it is the lipid. So now you can be asked into your exam, write the formation of write the formation of a simple lipid. So this is how the simple lipid is formed. So don't forget the constituent which are used in order for the formation of the triglyceraldehyde or triglyceride, or simply it is the lipid. Tumesema kwamba tuna molecules of glycerol together with the 3 molecules of fatty acid, vikiungana ndipo ambapo itatengeneza ester bond, thereby it will involve condensation reaction, and thereby 3 molecules of water are lost from that reaction. So now you can see we have the formation of the triglyceride, but don't forget also the bond which is formed after the reaction of the after the reaction of the glycerol and that 3 molecules of fatty acid, and that bond I've told you, that is the ester bond. So my students, let's now end here. In the next part, we're going to clarify more those types of the lipids and how are they formed. So thank you for your time and for listening.